as y'all can see, Terence, Bud, the Dream Crawford demolished my boy Errol Spence, man. It was a slaughter. That man got bricks, dynamite, and rocks in his gloves. This man is a dog, man. He does not get the respect he deserves, but after that fight, he proved why. But this video is going to show why Terence Crawford is one of the greatest pound for pound boxers, welterweight, lightweight, you name it. I feel like he would be able to compete in any weight class and that his body will allow him to. He's a smart fighter, very technical, ferocious. He's a pit bull. He's a definition of a pit bull. Just vicious. You don't want to fight that. The Black Force energy is insane with this man. As you see, he picks him up and puts them right back down. His work ethic is unmatched. This man spends countless hours dedicating to his craft. He completely outboxed Errol Spence and other boxers, as y'all know, Sean Porter, other great fighters. But let me get to why this man is one of the greatest pound for pound boxers, man. His IQ. When he's in a boxing ring, he uses his mind. He thinks. He analyzes his opponent. He makes them pay for their mistakes. You will not last with Terence Crawford if you're going to keep continually making mistakes. Like, look at that. As he fights you, he can take a lick. He has an iron chin. He can take that. Errol Spence is a powerful opponent, as y'all see. He ate that lick, analyzed them, watched what mistake he made, and capitalized on that. As you see, he trains in winter climates. He trains his body in the harshest conditions. So when he's in a pristine environment, he can easily outshine and perform. Grit. He's a gritty fighter. Pound for pound, he moves up in weight classes and dominates. You don't see any lack of performance as he moves up to the weight classes. That's why he's a pound for pound fighter. They're trying to compare him to Naoya, Inoue, Gervonta, Tank Davis. I ain't gonna lie. After that performance, y'all shouldn't compare that man to them no more. This man is a dog. He shows y'all why Omaha, Nebraska, he is the sport. And like he says, he is the sport of Omaha, Nebraska. He puts his place on the map. Terrence's body of work is phenomenal. As you see, he's talking to the Charlo twins in this clip. He told them that he can get some, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever you want. He even respected Errol Spence at the end. This man is a great fighter. He wants to look, you see the twins. Nah, that's the fight I wanted to see. He's next to James Harden. He's talking about, oh, he'll dog out Terence Crawford. I don't know, man. That ain't something. I mean, hey, the Charlo twins, they're confident in their ability, but Crawford, he's dedicated. As you see, he's walking in the snow training. I mean, running in the snow training, getting his endurance up. That ain't no slouch fight. So I mean, I know Terrence is that dude. I mean, I know Charlo thinks he's that dude, but he's going against a dedicated fighter that wants to be great. It's a difference when you want to be great, when you want to be great at something. And Terence Crawford definitely has what it takes to be a great boxer in this era. Look at the arena. They packed out this fight. This fight was across televisions all throughout the world. He's a top welterweight fighter. He's one of the best welterweight fighters, and he's going to continue building his legacy. And he might catch up to Floyd's record. I'm not saying Floyd's greatness because Floyd was a generational talent. The way he was able to entertain. I mean, some people always called him a runner, but this man did it 50-0, man. That's peak entertainment. He know how to get that money. Money Mayweather, man. Terence Crawford can hopefully get to that successful age, man. Terence, as boxing, boxing is a dangerous sport. As you get older, you like performers you can't beat. So he's going to eventually get out of his prime, man. He's 35. That is not young when it comes to boxing. All them years and mileage, all them headshots and body shots, they will add up in the future. Like Spence mileage is through the roof, especially after all the mileage he gets outside of boxing, all the damage he gets outside of it. Well, the thing is, I think Terence Crawford will be a Floyd if he keeps it up. He doesn't get damaged that much. He takes and when he boxes the opponent, he does them with damaging. Like he says, he's in with the hurt business. He's not to be hurt. He does the hurting. People don't like him. As you can see, he was kind of blackballed in boxing, as y'all know. People don't really like him. I mean, he's a pit bull. Most people don't like pit bulls. Pit bulls always get a bad rap. They don't get the respect they deserve. So people don't like him. The media don't. A lot of people didn't want to see him win that fight. So he proved him wrong. He has a chip on his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford has that chip, that dog fight in him. So he's going to continue dominating. And he doesn't care what people think. He's going to fight till he doesn't want to fight anymore. Like I said, age will catch up to him. And what do y'all think? Do y'all think this fight needs a rematch? Do y'all think Terence Crawford should rematch Errol Spence? I would like to see it, but I kind of know the outcome already. I feel like Terence Crawford will dominate yet again and get the dub because he's just that dedicated, and he also doesn't. I'm not making this as an excuse. He's more physically in a prime condition compared to Errol Spence because he doesn't have the extra mileage of damages outside of boxing, which is, as you know, that is very taxing on the body. Look at that headshot. He's so precise with his power. He's so technically sound. He can switch stances. That is dangerous for a boxer to go against a man that can switch his stances effortlessly and compete against you with no remorse. Spence only fought 2 southpaw fighters out of all his fights, so I kind of knew that was going to be a challenge. Out of all the people Spence has fought, he was undefeated before this fight, but out of all those people, he only fought 2 southpaws. That is actually very concerning. Terence is a versatile fighter. He can fight in either stance, southpaw or orthodox stance. He's more common to orthodox, but he can go in that southpaw stance. He is powerful. He is technically sound in either stance. He can box either way, which makes him a great fighter. Not every fighter can do that. Not everybody has the ability to switch from orthodox to the southpaw stance. That is amazing. He started the fight off against Errol Spence at southpaw, and after that, it was over with. Errol could not compete with a great fighter at southpaw. He could beat other people at southpaw, but Terence Crawford is a phenomenal fighter, and he couldn't keep up with that. He dominated every fight. The last couple fights he's been in, he's dominated the fight. He knocked out almost every opponent that he's recently, in the past couple years that he's fought. He dominated the entire fight. Deshaun Porter, knocking out great fighters. He knocked out all the multiple opponents that he faced. He's a 2-time undisputed champion. That assumes his pound for pound legacy. This proves his legacy in the books. This fight put him up there. He will be known. He's a household name. Everybody knows who this man is. He used to pay people to try to beat him up when he was a kid. That lets you know he has that dog in him. He wanted to get better. He wanted to see if people could actually beat him up. Money makes somebody, that money makes somebody want to try to even harder. So as for his future, Terence Crawford's future to build his legacy, he says he wants to go up in weight classes, but he doesn't see himself going over 154 pounds because he says he does understand and respect boxers and does know keep jumping the weight. It might eventually catch him lacking. I know he doesn't want to take that L. Like he told after the fight, he respects Errol Spence, but he's not a loser. He hasn't lost, so he says he knows he wouldn't react well, probably losing his undisputed 40 fights and having taken the L. That is insane. That shows his ability. Now for the future, we're going to talk about people he could fight, how he will match up against the fight, and how to continue proving his amazing legacy. The first fight that people have been talking about, Terence versus Gervonta Tank Davis. I would love to see that fight. I expect to see a better fight than the Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight, but I do see Terence Crawford winning that fight because he is bigger than Tank. Tank has the power to translate to 147, but Terence is a very smart fighter, and what Tank does against other opponents, like with the Ryan Garcia fight, he wouldn't be able to. That wouldn't slide against Terence. Terence is a way better fighter than Ryan Garcia. So that way that Ryan Garcia fight lit, and Ryan Garcia lasted a pretty decent fight, and the way Terence Crawford made Errol Spencer look a great fighter, I don't think Tank wants some of that. I think he just talking. I don't think we will see a Terence Crawford versus Gervonta Tank fight. Next person's the Charlo twins, Jermell versus Jamal. Jermell is 6-foot orthodox fighter, 35-1-1. I would love to see that fight. As you know, they were chirping up at each other. And then Jamal, he's 6'1", 32-0, 68.75% KO percentage. I see either one of those fights being a great fight, but I do see those going either way. I can see that fight going either way. Naoya Inoue, that's a slaughter. Terence Crawford's too big for that, man. So we're not even going to compare that. Canelo Alvarez, he's going towards out of his prime, but I think that'll be a great fight because he's a bigger boxer. He fights in a way higher weight class. So that would be a great challenge for Terence Crawford to prove his pound-for-pound fighting. But I think Canelo might get that because just due to he's used to fighting in that weight class, and Terence Crawford has it. But there's no excuses. If you sign that contract and you fight that weight class, that's what you sign up for. But Boots, the young person there compared Terence Crawford to, that would be a great fight. But as Terence Crawford said, that's a lose-lose situation for him. He doesn't really see himself fighting that fight. He's the A side, so he's probably going to duck and dodge him 5'10" and 7'4" reach. But I see Terence Crawford as one of the greatest pound for pound boxers of this generation, and he will continue to show his legacy and will continue his winning streak for years to come. Will he retire an undefeated boxer? Stay